Hello, everybody. Welcome to Knitty Knotty Podcast, episode 23. I am Vanessa, Knitty-Witch on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm Diane. I'm the freedom.
Nope.
Nope, not the freedom bag. I'm the knotted bag on Instagram, Ravelry, and on Etsy. Oh. So we are in self-isolation like the rest of the world, I think.
I know. Today is the first day I put on makeup for like a month.
I have every now and then, just because it makes me feel like, like normal, or put a bra on. It's kind of nice. If I'm too many days like schlumping around. No, I know. I just find like if I schlump around without one on for too many days, I start feeling like, I don't know, my weekend's too long. So sometimes I get dressed just for fun. So how are you? So I wanted to tell you also. So obviously my hair is growing, which I was planning on doing anyway. But I got my gel stuff off.
Oh.
I had, so like winters are can be rough here, and I had thought that I might not get my nails done during the winter, just to avoid driving and having, maybe appointments that I have to cancel for weather. So I had bought a bottle of remover for acrylic and gel and whatever terminology.
What is it? Is it pure acetone or?
It's supposed to be. I bought it at one of those like hair accessory places, and I told them what I needed, and they sold me a bottle.
Yeah, because like this is where we're at right now.
Yeah, mine were worse than that. So
Yeah,
I basically, the acetone, somebody told me a trick because I didn't have any cotton pads or swabs or whatever. So somebody gave me the trick of, excuse me, putting the acetone in a baggie and putting that baggie, like I used a pretty big bag, but dipping that in a bowl of hot water to activate the acetone, and then dipping your fingers in it, like your nails. So I did that, but it took, I think because there's so many layers, there were so many layers on my nails, like it took a long time. I think it probably took a good 2 hours for each hand. So I did the first Saturday night and I did the other one last night. And after like 15 minutes, I would take off whatever I could and then just kept repeating until I finally got, there might be like one little layer left, but I basically like filed them down and I have a buffer and stuff. So I did all of that. And then I put, I have I don't know if it's called a primer, but I had bought this like ages ago, and it's called Starting Over.
Oh, wow.
So I put that, and then I put just like one layer of nail polish that I had here. And then, in the same company, there's this one called Instant Artificials.
Oh, wow.
It's supposed to mimic the hardness of acrylic nails. I don't know if it does or not, but yeah, I just have this. I kind of like it. It's kind of nice to go back to basics,
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about mine too, just taking them off. But if I take them off, well, right now it doesn't matter. But when I go back to work, my hands in water so often that they just break because they're so thin. That's the only reason I keep my nails on.
And that's why you use the acrylic. It's to like keep them strong and stuff.
Yeah, it's a liquid gel, so it's stronger than acrylic. Like I've done things to my nails that should have broken them and they didn't break. So it's pretty, that's why I'm worried about getting them off.
Gotcha. Oh my, this lipstick is really leaving a rim on my cup. All right, so what have you been, I know what you've been doing, but tell other people what you've been doing in the knitting world, in the crafting world.
Well, I have been playing Animal Crossing on my Switch nonstop since it came out on the 20th. And when I take breaks from that, I knit. And I've been basically bouncing back and forth between the video games and multiple projects. So I actually have some stuff to show because I did complete something.
Okay. That's really cool. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I think I poured my coffee in the wrong cup. But anyway, whatever. Carry on. Show me your stuff.
All right. So the first thing that I'll say that I've been working on is my sweater,
Mm-hmm.
the Pomme de Pin, and right now it's living in my Hokey Locatelli bag.
Oh yes, you were so happy about that bag.
I am so happy. I got one in the second update from Suburban Stitcher, and this is a limited edition pink. I don't know if they're coming out with any more pink ones. I wouldn't be mad if they did, but I love it. It's so sturdy.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, it's really big. So the first thing I've been working on is my Pomme de Pin sweater with yarn from Into the World. So I've actually made progress because I have now separated for the sides and the back.
Cool.
So we are at like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Wait, are your fronts done as well?
The fronts are on holders,
Oh, okay.
are on stitch holders. So when I'm knitting them on US size 6 4mm needles, signatures.
So your fronts
So
are done and that's the back. Oh,
yeah.
you split them. You were doing one piece and then it's split. Okay, I
Yeah,
got it.
so we were doing one piece and then you separate the sleeves out in the back,
Okay.
and then you like rejoin the yarn and work on the
Wow,
back.
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm making progress on that. I'm on the back now that I actually have time to sit and knit it. So that was awesome.
Yeah, because it's lace. I mean, I don't know. I find that when it's lace, you can't just pick it up for half an hour. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's more of a commitment. Like, yeah.
Well, my problem, I'm so bad with it because it's not so intricate. It's actually pretty easy, but I'll put a row on or two and have to like stop because I'm like bored with it. Not bored with it. It's not boring. I just need a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need like little breaks. So
I think we all go through that, everybody. That's why people have multiple projects.
you know what it is? It's like usually I choose sweaters that are stockinette stitch because I love like just the mindlessness of stockinette back and forth.
Yeah.
Raglan top down ones are my favorite. This one is set in sleeves, so you have to put it together. So that's going to be fun because I don't know how to seam yet. So that's going to be, but I've done it before. Yeah. I don't know how I figured it out before, but I think last time I just whip stitched them on.
Yeah, there are there are YouTube videos for that. It's a pain in the butt, but it's once you kind of get like, where am I sticking my needle through? What hole should I stick it in? Once you figure that out.
Hey, listen, that's not my, like, I don't have to think about that.
You will when you have to put those sleeves in.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So I've been working on that, and then I got a little bored. So what I started doing, just to start with crochet, is I've just been making washcloths. Oh, this is the one am I working on this one? Why is this not? Oh, there we go. So I have this little purple one just because they're nice and scrubby.
Right.
I like crocheting my dishcloths rather than knitting them because they're just more rough.
Textured.
Yeah, they're more textured. So then I got this cute little whimsical unicorn looking one.
So what kind of yarn do you use do you do cotton or do you do acrylic or do you do?
So good question. This is knit out of Lily's Sugar and Cream. And what are they, like $1.50 at the store? I find like if I
that would probably be like $5 Canadian.
I know. What was I gonna say? I feel like if you're knitting it, you can get 2 out of 1 ball, but I've been finding that crocheting them, I can only get 1.5. So I just stuck a white one and put it together, and now I have like a half white and half unicorn one. And I am using, which I found, my Addie crochet hooks.
Oh, cool.
I have Addie ones. And this is the size 5mm. I don't know what that is. They're definitely metric because Addie's not American. They're German or something, right?
No idea.
They're foreign. They're not American. So
Right.
yeah, it's 5mm. So, and that's been living in this box bag that
Yes,
I
most of
got.
the rest of the world uses millimeters.
I know, right? I don't know what's up with America. We're so,
I don't know. You guys use different everything.
I don't know what's wrong with America. I know what's wrong with America.
Let's not open that can of worms. But no, in Canada, we use the same measurement system as I think Europe.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn them. Look at my hair got all crazy. I'm trying to learn them, but it's hard.
Yeah, but
'Cause
you're
you don't use
living
it.
in the States. You don't need to. Like, you keep doing, you use what works for you and what makes sense and where you are. That's kind of how
I
it
just don't
works.
know why they didn't just keep it the same. Like, why did it should just use the metric system?
I
We
was
should just
watching,
use the metric system.
there's, and in writing, words like color, you guys write it COLOR, and we do COLOUR, which
I
is
know.
also what they use in I mean, like England.
In the UK, yeah.
I don't know everywhere, if it's everywhere in Europe like that. So I don't want to make like a general statement that's false, but I was watching a show yesterday where that was the key to them thinking like a document. It was like a spy movie, and they got like um, somebody leaked a piece of paper, like a memo, an internal memo to reporters, and then somebody had like, I don't know, anyway, they basically thought it was a false document because there was a word that was spelled with a U instead of just the O. So they're
Oh,
like, this can't come from the States because it's spelt with a U. So anyway, I just thought it was funny because it's like one
yeah,
of
that
those things
always,
that,
I have to remember that because like ColourPop Cosmetics
mm-hmm.
is a U, and I always type it in our way, and it's not like it has the U in it. So does Space
it's from
Cadet.
the UK.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know where ColourPop is from. Maybe ColourPop was taken and they had to throw the U in there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, back to knitting.
Yeah. So back to knitting. The last thing that I've been working on has been my scrappy blanket. So right now, let's go this way. Right now I'm throwing this square on it.
Oh, nice.
Which I think it's Western Sky Knits Rainbow Bright, I think.
No, I love their yarn. Like when I see it online, I've never owned, I don't think I own any Western Sky Knits, but there's so many that I would love. Like,
Well, the only reason that I have it is because I did Stitches Texas. I think there was a Stitches Texas. I can't believe I don't remember. I did that show and they were there. And there were so many other vendors there that we don't get. You know, like I want to travel down to one.
Yeah. I mean, they're online, Western Sky Knits. I followed the shop for years and years and years. I've just never bought any of the yarn. But
you have to see it in person. Like when you see everything like online, it's not the same. When you see it in person, you like fall in love with it, you know.
Oh,
like
totally. I completely agree. Completely agree.
Yeah. So that's it. I do have a spinning project, but what do you have for knitting?
Well, I have a finished object that I'm wearing. So yay! So this is my, let's see. Oop. Just fell down. Hang on. Try to show it off. I did a split, I like this. So this is my, so faded. I just really like the pattern. And I needed a sweater this color, to go with a pair of pants that I have. And I could never find anything in the stores with this kind of like olive green chartreuse. I did my sleeves completely, like I didn't do any decreases. And then I just did the calculation. Remember I talked to you about this? Because I was like, I
Yeah.
can't figure it out. I did double decreases evenly. So I like the little gathering, and the sleeves are nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I
Good.
think the next time I make this sweater, I might just not do this in
Reverse.
garter. Like I didn't mind it because this was a plain, it's garter, just this part.
Okay.
So
I
I
wasn't
think
sure if
maybe
it was garter or reverse stockinette.
I will make the sweater again just because it's a very simple, easy pattern. I like the fit of the sweater, but I might do it just regular stockinette, you know, in the shoulders.
Yeah.
I also want to figure out, and I've talked to you about this, I kind of want to figure out how to do a ruffled,
Oh, the puff
like
sleeves.
a puff sleeve. Yeah. And I was thinking I might try it with this pattern. I might at some point cast on with just whatever yarn, and just to see if I can figure out how to, you know, add some stitches. Like if I did a ruffled, anyway, it doesn't matter, but I keep thinking about that in my head. So I'm really happy with this. This yarn is Dirty Martini, the colorway, and the yarn is Shirley Bryan Yarns.
Wow. Never heard of that.
Yeah, she's Canadian. She's local to me. And
Nice.
I got this yarn at an LYS, but she sells online as well. So I'm happy with that. She's got beautiful yarn, like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colorways. Really, really gorgeous. I love it. And then I'm still knitting on my Chaika. See, I sound like a Pokemon. Chaika is the pattern name.
What did it say? Spell it one more time for me.
Yeah, it's Chaika. Chaika.
Yeah, Shika.
Yeah. So I had made that other one with my hand spun and cast on with this worsted yarn that I've had for ages and didn't know what to do with it. So I am here. So that's the front.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made the side longer than the other one because the other one was really crop top length, which is fine if you're wearing a t-shirt or a tank top underneath it, but I kind of wanted to.
Yeah, I'd like mine longer.
Yeah, this is supposed to be only 3 inches and then 3 inches of ribbing, and I've got a good 6 or 7 inches, and then I'll do my 3 inches of ribbing. And I'm leaving the ribbing. It's weird how this skein has so much less weight in it, but I don't really care because it's the bottom of the sweater. It's not like a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm leaving the ribbing gray because I don't want a demarcation with the ribbing, but I think the ribbing of the sleeves I'll do with this yarn just to make it fun.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, thank you. I like it. And you know, we were talking about varying. I think that's, you know, sometimes you want to do some fingering weight and sometimes you want to do some worsted. You know, sometimes you like a little bit of fingering.
Because sometimes you like a good fingering.
You know, I thought that would make you laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I can't remember what I showed the last time we did this, but I don't think I showed my green hand spun because it was a few weeks ago that we recorded last. So I made, this ended up being, so before I was spinning for sport and I ended up with that like highlighter fluorescent yarn that ended up being, I think it's more of a worsted.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not completely even. This I went back to, oh, it smells so good. I went back to spinning like really thin without worrying about what it was, and it turns out to be some sport, I believe.
Oh, it's really pretty.
Yeah, I've got 1,000, just a little over 1,000 yards, and this is hobbledehoy. There's two green sets of bats that I bought last year at Maryland.
So
And
8 ounces.
so soft. Yeah.
Mm.
I love it. And it's greens, different greens with some pink and some orange. There were two sets that I applied together. Something flamingo, lawn flamingo.
Yeah, lawn flamingo.
And I can't remember, the other one was a green as well. I put it on my Instagram, but I can't remember right now which ones they were. So remember we were talking about like how to mark stuff off? I just basically put the yardage on here. Oh yeah, lawn flamingo. I don't know what the other one was, so I can't remember. So I just thought I'll mark the yardage on the label and keep this in the bag because I like putting them in bags so that they don't get bugs or anything or dusty or whatever. Because I've started, like, I have a separate bin now for my hand spun. So I'm really happy with this. And then I kind of went through, I think this one I had showed last time. And it's that fluorescent yarn. And I know I told you this, that I had previously, like years and years ago, I did a Knitty in Color yarn. And I think they could go together. So I haven't figured out what the project will be, but this is the fluorescent yarn.
I love that. I love
gorgeous?
that yarn.
So this I've had in my stash for ages. And this is black with like fluorescent pink, green, and blue. So it might work together a little bit. I don't know, maybe like as an edge, you know?
Do you have a black skein?
This is black.
No, but like without any other colors. Like, do you have like black yarn?
I had, you know, when I first spun this, because this is a very small skein, I had bought some black sport thinking I would make, I think it's called 22 Little Clouds or Little Clouds by Martina Bem. I was going to make a shawl with this and black, but I haven't made it. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just put them together. It doesn't mean I'll use them together, but I thought if I need like a little extra yarn, because this is about 800 yards. No, not even 690 yards. It's not a lot. I mean, it's a thick yarn, but even for the cheka, it wouldn't be enough. So I might make another cheka with this because I like the pattern. And so maybe I could use this for the neck and then, but we'll see. I'm not there yet. And then the other thing I did with my hand spun is, because you know, sometimes you just want to figure stuff out. Like you just want to look through your yarn and I don't know, anybody else? Just me. So I think I told you this. I was looking at, I have a cardigan pattern. It's more like a coat. It's a long cardigan, kind of like my my sunset one, but a different pattern. And I have it in my library. And I thought I could use this yarn, which is that really pretty vintage Christmas that I spun up. And I don't have a tag for this, but I wrote it down. I think I have like 1,200, 1,300 yards of this, which is not enough for that thing. But I have this in my stash. It's a light pink. So I think that would be, yeah. And this is a full stock, like a regular sock yarn. This lady doesn't dye anymore, but Art by Anna. She was local to me. I have a lot of her yarn. So I think this would look, so I matched them up because I think this could be the border for that jacket.
Yeah.
And then the border, like there's a whole, like there's a large edge to the bottom of the cardigan and the sleeves. So I was excited to put this together. And so I kind of did that kind of stuff. What else am I doing? I'm spinning. I decided, because I have a lot of time, that I'm going to try my first 3-ply yarn. So I've put together 3 loop bats, and I have put them somewhere. Oh, they're right now. They're in front of me. So you won't be able to see This is the darkest part of, they're all kind of in shades of purples.
Mhm.
So this one goes to the, I've gone from light to dark on all of them. This one here is the second one. I love with the loop bats when they've got sparkle, it's such a light sparkle in them, like
Mhm.
you don't get big clumps, and it just is really pretty shimmery effect that it makes. I've just started my third bat, which is this one.
Wow.
Sorry, the color doesn't come through very well, but this is like a kind of the same color as my sweater, actually. And then I was finding that my last, although these aren't very, see, this one has more on it than this one,
Mhm.
which concerns me. But sometimes I have yarn around the middle of the bobbin, which means that it's like it looks fuller when it isn't. But I didn't want to have too much of the second one, and then I realized I can just hang on to, like, I have leftover of that second one, and it's a dark purple. So I'm basically gonna add it onto this one because this one's smaller anyway. Because one of them was 5.5 ounces and this one is 4.6.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna use this at the end of this one, and then hopefully I'll have more of an even length of these. So I'm very curious to see. Loop bats take forever to spin, but they're a beautiful spin, right? Because
They
they come
spin
out in
so
this,
beautifully.
yeah, they're like butter. And then I'm just excited to see what it'll look like together, because it's my first 3-ply. I don't know what it's gonna, like what weight yarn I'm gonna end up with. So it'll be fun to see. Like I should have a good amount of yardage. But then what happens is you have these long, what's the word I'm looking for? Not layers. The color changes. You end up with these long,
The gradients.
yeah. So it's hard, it's not always easy to use like in a garment, but having said that, I made a sweater like this with that kind of yarn, and I don't care. The sleeves were different colors and stuff, so I'll figure it out. That's just fun to try something different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it. I might take pictures of my Rwanda in the next few weeks since we're at home. You were going to take pictures for me at Maryland, but boo-hoo.
I know. Well, I'll show you what I've been spinning.
Okay.
Oh, it's just out of reach. Like reaching over, like,
Mm.
All right. So I have been working on these hobbledehoy bats that I bought a while ago at Shenandoah. It's rain or clouds and rainbows.
Nice.
So
Of course
2
you would buy clouds and rainbows. Of course.
So there's the clouds.
You know, she used to sell, I made a white, I was like, no, it's the white and blue yarn. Oh, I think I put it away. I have a little bit left. What I used for the edges of my sunset, the sleeves of my sunset cardigan were made partially with hobbledehoy, and it was these beautiful white and blue bats with just like little pops of color. So I think it's very close to what you have there. It was like, they were my favorite. I wish she would make those. I just wish she was still making fiber.
I know.
She does occasionally.
Be like, Elizabeth, your school's closed. Come dye us some bats.
Come on, let's go. We're big fans of hobbledehoy.
Yes, we love her. She's doing great in her new job. So
yeah.
But I am support spindle spinning.
Yes.
On a Spanish. I just wanted to connect this.
Yeah.
I wish I could lower the camera, but so this is my Spanish
so
peacock rainbow spindle
for your rainbow yarn.
For my rainbow yarn.
Aww.
And I'm so excited. I just ordered another spindle from him, and it's going to be all ebony.
You didn't tell me that one. You're like, I don't want you to keep me in check. I'm not telling Diane.
It's not even that expensive.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like all ebony bead spindle. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be.
So how do you ply Because I used to have a whole collection, and then I realized like it's too, I just don't get the whole
So like
plying, and then I
supported.
like big skeins. So how do you ply it? What is your process when you're doing supports or when you're doing spindle
Well,
spinning?
Spanish Peacock makes a spindle rack, supported spindle plying rack, which I have.
Right.
So I usually spin, see, you know, my problem is I only bought 4 ounces of everything. So I kind of really, I spin 1 ounce on one spindle, another ounce on the other, and then plying with a wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, because
And then you'll do the other 2 ounces after.
Well, I do 2 ounces on one spindle, 2 ounces.
Oh, you
on
can get
another.
2 ounces on one spindle?
You can. If it's,
okay.
I said 1 ounce, but 2 ounces. So 2 ounces on one spindle, 2 ounces on another, and then plying with a wheel.
Okay, because I find like when I'm spinning on a spindle, but I don't do the supported, it gets heavy, and then I actually started a spindle project a few weeks ago just because I felt like it, but I used fiber. I'm using fiber that I don't like love, because it was just one of those, you know, every now and then you get the urge to do it. So at least I have something spindly.
Well, I have practice fiber too. If you ever want like a ball of practice fiber, just start.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I've got like a whole store of fiber.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that spinning project because it's been forever. And it's living in this bag from Star Knits, a little bucket bag, which I love. Yeah, and then so I'm using this ceramic little spindle thing. This cost me $8 at Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Nice.
And I have 2 Spanish Peacock wooden bowls. I have another wooden bowl from another vendor, and I have a glass one. And I don't like any of them except this $8 piece of ceramic.
Right.
Because it spins the best. And Spanish Peacock was talking about getting in ceramic bowls, but I guess their ceramic supplier didn't get back to them. So they're looking for another ceramic supplier because they found that their spindles spin better in ceramic.
Right.
So, and then the last thing I have to show, which I wish you had it, but yours is on the way.
We both ordered this.
So we both ordered this because why not learn a new skill?
Yeah.
While we're in captivity.
Well, we've both crocheted before. Like I've crocheted a whole layette, but I don't do it regularly. And I have wanted to do like a granny square blanket for ages. I've just never done it. And yeah, anyway, so this is a crochet club where every month you get like the yarn and patterns for 3 blocks, I think, right?
Yes. So it's Annie's block of the month club. It's Annie'sKitClubs.com. They have a kit for anything. Yeah. And so I wanted to expand my crochet because I can only do like single crochet, double crochet, and triple crochet. And I can't read a pattern at all. So not a crochet one. So it actually comes with the needles that you need.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is awesome. And then when it's all said and done, you got all of your blocks to put together into a blanket.
Yeah, and I got the different colorway. There were 2 colorways and I got the other one.
Yeah, and it's all acrylic, but you know, who cares?
And you've got yours before me because it's coming from the States and I'm in Canada. So they do say it takes a good, like, it can take 2 more weeks. But you got yours, I think, within a week, right? Fairly quickly.
I got mine within a week. So they say 1 to 2 weeks in America, but once it's shipped, I got it normal shipping time.
Did you look at it? Like, how do you crochet the blocks and then you have to put them together?
I haven't even opened it yet because I'm not opening mine until you
right. Oh yeah. Okay.
This is something that we're gonna do together.
I'm dreading the whole like putting them together, but
I think you probably pick up the sides, I can imagine. You know what I mean?
That would be nice. Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm excited to do that. I think that'll be fun. And I like that because one of the reasons I haven't done those kinds of square things or block is I don't find that I have a good stash of leftovers. probably do if I put all my little balls together, but I don't know, like I like that with this club you get the yarn you need for that, for
Mm-hmm.
those squares. And I know that they're the same colors, so you could easily go to the store and get like Cascade 220, which is not super expensive, and just come up with your own colorway and reuse the same colors. But I don't know, I just haven't made that a priority. So
Well, I can tell you that as far as price point goes, it's not terrible. The first box is half off, so it was $9.99, but then there was shipping, so it cost me $15 for the first one. So I'm assuming it's $20 a month
US
after that.
dollars. Yeah.
I'm assuming you have to pay shipping, so it's probably around $25 per package.
Yeah.
I know that seems like it's a lot because you're like, well, I can get that yarn's super cheap and whatever, but it's a new talent. It's like something that you're learning. So for $25, you're like taking a class on stitches.
Yeah, and you're getting the patterns and you're getting the crochet, like the crochet hooks.
And it comes with video tutorials and all sorts. There's a help group on Facebook, and so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. And then the other thing is you can stop whenever you want. So if you get to the point where you've got like 9 blocks and you're just going to repeat the same blocks, you can just stop and, you know, get your own yarn or whatever. But no,
I don't know how it works. I don't know if they keep sending it to you till the blanket's done or like what, but
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how it works out.
We'll figure it out. You can stop whenever you want. So I think, oh, I did order yarn, but I haven't received it yet.
Yeah, I haven't. I ordered this rainbow yarn I saw on Facebook and I was like, yeah, I need to have that, or Instagram rather. And then an Animal Crossing yarn club.
Oh, my son really wants that, but
it's a
switches
really
are expensive though, right?
200.
Okay.
Because you don't get him the Switch that docks on the television. How old is he?
Okay, he's 10.
Do you have a TV in his room?
No.
Okay. The Switch Lite, the light version, which is the version I have, is 200. Does everything that the regular Switch does, except you can't play it on the television. Okay. I bought the regular Switch and found out that I never play on the television, even though I had it, so there was no point.
So it's like a little handheld thing, right?
Yeah, it's a little handheld one.
Okay. They did this, they did a virtual class for the first time, and one of the little girls had like her Switch, and he's like, oh, she has a Switch.
Oh, it's such a good gift.
Yeah, and then well, I'll have to look into it because I think I'll have to look into that. He really wants it, and he's got money from his birthday. Anyway, that's like a whole other conversation. But
I have nothing else.
Yeah, me neither. I'm done.
I'm out.
Oh, here, let me show you. We were talking about needle storage. I pretty much have circular needles. I have some straights from like way back in the day. I haven't gotten rid of them, but I don't use them. I do everything on circulars. So this is my knotted bag, right? That I sell in my Etsy shop. And I have like all of my needles. Well, this one's for my Cheka. It's my 6mm, but everything is in baggies, thigh size. And then it's really like basic, but I just put some masking tape with the needle size on the baggie. And I have them all in order in this bag. So it's like, it works for me. They're really easy now. I can easily find my needles and they're sorted. And yeah.
Well, we're talking about this because I mentioned that I was going to organize my knitting needles. I've spent probably $100 or a little over $100 trying to find the right storage for my needles and them not working. So Container Store has these filing cabinets. They're $100 a piece, but they have like 15 drawers, like 15 shallow drawers. So I'm going to go through and put all of them in order per drawer.
That's cool.
We'll see when that gets.
It's a little storage unit. Is it like for scrapbooking or something? Obviously,
no, it's huge. For I don't know what they made them for.
Mm.
But I used them. The reason I bought them was because I was using them to store all the stitch markers, because you can buy trays to put in them. And the
Oh,
tray,
so you already have this
yeah,
storage
so I
unit.
already
Okay.
have this.
Okay.
And it was empty and just not being used because I had bought like
Oh,
one
that's
extra
great.
one. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do if I can ever get around to it. So
Yeah. Maybe then the next time you're looking for a needle and can't find it, you'll get sick of it and you'll be like, oh.
yeah, you're probably right.
Maybe you start like maybe you start by, I don't know, labeling the drawers, or as you're putting away a needle or finding one, like just start.
Yeah, it has a little thing on the front that holds a card so you can put
Yeah.
the what it is, which I'm definitely gonna do. So
Yeah. So just have it nearby, and then whenever you're grabbing a needle or putting one away, then you could put it away in there and then
yeah.
start organizing it slowly. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's just one of those things where you get sick and tired and it's like, do it all of a sudden. What else are you going to do, right?
I know. No, the thing is, all right, listen. Real talk.
Yeah.
I love being quarantined. I am I am living
You're
my
in
best life
heaven.
right now.
Yeah.
I have been playing video games and knitting and now crocheting. We're picking up and talking to you and catching up
Yeah.
with friends on FaceTime, and it's
Yeah.
so nice. So
Yeah, I mean, I love that too. I'm just a really, really social person. So I miss being at work with people, even though I'm working from home and we're doing our meetings via Zoom and stuff like that, or Google. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I feel like I'm prepared for it. I think all of us
knitters
crafters and
probably are.
knitters and spinners and crocheters are loving that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you hear me? It says that my internet connection is not stable. So you want to just wrap it up and then we
Yeah,
can.
let's wrap. Okay. So
Okay.
thank you everyone for watching, and I will see your lovely face next time.
Yay! Bye.
Bye. Oh my God.